Good afternoon, everybody. It's the Flat Earth Rockstar. So, I'm kind of sad because I found out that my dog's spleen was removed, is cancerous. It was tested positive. Um, we don't know how long she had it. She had regular checkups, and she always seemed healthy. So we don't know if it's spread or not. But I've been looking into, natural cures, remedies, things like that. And they talk about, juicing, juicing veggies and, organically grown chicken or whatnot. I don't but they stress, vegetables and shit, completely changing the dog's diet completely. We've always paid close attention to her diet because different things would affect her skin and everything. I'm not gonna really stay on this subject. You hear of anything that works, or you know of anything, or anybody that has tried something with their animal and it worked? Please just hit me up in the comments. Let me know, because right now, needless to say, my research is geared towards trying to help my doggie, or at least want to make her comfortable with some cannabis, on the way out. I love her so much, man. I know my mom loves her too. Anybody who comes in contact with this animal, it's like special, So I still have hope that we're gonna, but then again too, no suffering of any kind. I would not want to prolong her life for my benefit or my mom's benefit, you know what I mean, if it wasn't for her benefit. But so guys, I've been thinking again about the tides and why the oceans are salt water, and so I'm thinking along the lines of electromagnetism, acids and bases. Salt water will repel a magnet, like an electromagnet. It will repel salt water, because the salt water, I believe, is electrolytes. I don't know if the salt water has the positive or the negative charge, but I'm just wondering if maybe the land itself in the atmosphere above the land has a charge, positive or negative. In the oceans, the salt water has got to play a part in that. In the Bible it says that God created the world on the great deep, setting on the great deep, and there was these pillars of land, possibly, that go down in. So I wonder if maybe our land mass, which if you look at some of the ruins of Pumapunku and Machu Picchu, there's one of the ruins up on the top of a mountain where it literally looks like a giant just went and knocked over all the buildings like they were building blocks, huge pieces of stone just strewn about, either by water maybe or something, right? So in the Bible, I believe it said that there was one big landmass with the ocean surrounding it. Now, if we had one of these cataclysms from water or whatever, maybe some sort of upheaval from underneath the land, some sort of seismic, volcanic activity may have created the San Andreas fault line and the mountain stretches, it could have created all that shit in one day, separated a lot of the land, got these different land masses now, right? So what if all the stuff that's etched in stone and the calendars, and of course these things that we find, the Mayan calendars, the Egyptians, things that are etched in stone all over the world, it's just small pieces of the puzzle, small pieces. I think that when they destroyed the Library of Alexandria, there was lots of important keys to the doors, keys to the locks was within that place, and they knew it and they destroyed it. So I think that even the people that are in power, or whatever you want to say, that are into the astrology and that actually know how things work, I believe they still only know a small piece of how things actually work, right? Well, let's just say they etched all these things in stone, because you got to figure, right? You're busy eating. Well, not eating, I'm sorry. Hunting and gathering. to eat and build shelter. When do you find time to be like crink, crink, crink on a piece of fucking rock with a chisel? It's got to be important if you're going to take time out of your day like that. You know, it's got to be important, right? So what if they knew? Because we know the sky is a clock. The sky is an extremely accurate clock. Okay? So the ancients knew that things repeat. They knew that things revolve in cycles and they come back around, just like everything in the universe or in this realm does. You send it out, it comes back around one way or the other, equal and opposite. Right? So, if they know, and this could be why the Vatican has all the telescopes and all that, you know, because they know that something will be happening again. That's what it was all about. That's what, you know. So if they know that the second destruction or whatever could be by fire, has been getting warm. I have a theory. We know that the sun and moon move in circles, in and out above our flat earth, right? Well, what if they move in circles in and out and up and down over time? Maybe we could get ice ages and thaws that way, right? What if the global warming is actually the sun slowly getting lower and lower, right? Maybe it goes all the way down and burns everything. Because everything is on a cycle of life and death. There would stand a reason that this realm would be on the circles of life and death, but a never-ending cycle. Maybe the sun comes down, literally fucking scorches everything, and then goes back up and up and up and up, wind up with an ice age. Could have in the middle time, could come down, burn it, go back up to the Goldilocks zone, right? Everything thaws out, whatever. Then it keeps traveling up though, further and further away. Maybe everything freezes back over again, right? Come back down, start thawing it out. And it could explain, you could get ice dams. If it's thawing out over 500 years, you could have huge like oceans that are held in by ice dams. And the more it thaws, eventually it breaks free and just water rushing down the land, right? There's either that or flat water, flat earth has come up with some proof. Or I don't know if he's come up with some proof, but measurable that they believe that it's possible that the sun actually, back in the day, used to make tighter circles. So like the Arctic, the North Pole, they believe was actually tropical. So what if that's the case? It used to make tighter circles, right? And now they're actually getting wider and wider. It would explain global warming, where it's not necessarily global warming, but other parts of the world are getting hotter, while other parts, like the Arctic Circle, could be slowly growing over time. You know, and it kind of makes sense because I used to live bordering New Hampshire, okay? So south of the border of New Hampshire, the air is much, much warmer than it is north. It could be 10 degrees below zero up in New Hampshire, and it could be 20 degrees above zero down in Massachusetts. And those two points are 60 miles away from each other. But I want to keep talking about this stuff, and I think I'm about to run out of time on this phone. So I'm going to call this part 1 of whatever the hell I'm talking about. Talking about the tides and, global warming potentially, and some of these changes that are going on. And, if it's like we say it is, if it's like we think it is, then we all know that humans, since there's nothing new under the sun, there's not a lot that humans could actually do to destroy this world. I don't think we can destroy it. To be honest, I don't think A-bombs exist. I don't think nukes exist. I think all we can come up with is TNT, big bombs. I think that's about it. I don't even think that, I just... Somebody would have gotten their hands on a freaking nuke by now and blown somebody else to shit. And it hasn't happened. And besides that, if you actually look up, there's a lot of proof to suggest that, that they don't exist. But, I'm going to call this part 1. And again, guys, leave me something in the comments. You hear anything about doggy cancer? any natural remedies, because I don't want to put my dog through no radiation. I don't want her to have to deal with all that pain, especially when there's a chance it wouldn't work anyways. All right, yeah, guys, peace to all. Part 1. I'm gonna put up another one soon.